Alright, what's good everybody? This is your boy Anime Legacy with really deep Boruto discussion. So I've been watching Naruto explaining everybody talk about the who, what, where, why, and what's gonna go down with Boruto and the consequences of Shikamaru's decision and this, that, and the other. But one thing we have to talk about in the community when it comes to Boruto is, what does Get Back look like for Boruto? Because with him not telling everybody about Kawaki, it does kind of make Get Back a little bit harder, because outside of Naruto and Hinata coming out of the Daikoken dimension unaffected by omnipotence, what does Get Back look like for Boruto? Because if they come out of there and they're affected by omnipotence and they believe Kawaki's their son, they're going to be hostile to Boruto, and that's still going to put Boruto behind the 8-ball even more. And then we got to ask the question, are we getting in Zeb Wells Spider-Man territory with all the trauma that we try to put Boruto through? Because there has to be a line of demarcation when the character suffers. He has to get the things he's lost back in Boruto's case. He's got to, get some significant dubs, because as we found out in these last 2 chapters, Boruto has no significant dubs. You can even say in the last chapter, like, oh, Mitsuki and Shikamaru, is on Boruto's side. But let's, again, where we are, and others have, like Naruto explained, have talked about this, Shikamaru's life may only be being saved by the fact that, this whole Sand Village invasion by the Shinju has happened, and they got a new Shinju in Shiki or Ryu. Excuse me. And as for Mitsuki's a clone. It's a clone of Orochimaru. I mean, people don't like Orochimaru that much. No way. So we don't know what could happen to Konoha. Matter of fact, there may be a separate video, and I've kind of been a little bit procrastinating on why Naruto is the worst Hokage in the village. It basically comes down to that point that, the people who are the strongest folk in the village outside of Himawari are not necessarily concerned about maintaining the will of fire. Now, getting back on topic, for me, I would say that the route to go back to forget back is to basically have Boruto go on a journey, get a crew, and go on a journey to reestablish the Uzumaki clan as a clan and bring them back to Konoha. Because remember, Boruto's not known as Boruto Uzumaki. He's known as Boruto Betrayal, Boruto Utsuki. He's not known as Boruto Uzumaki. You know, thanks to omnipotence. You know. So, what bringing the Uzumaki clan back would do would be two things. One, it would give us a way to deal with Momoshiki, because let's be real, you know, for all the people who scream, "Oh, we want Momoshiki to hijack Boruto's body." I mean, let's think about this from a writing standpoint, or let's just think about it from a strategic standpoint. What purpose would Momoshiki coming out serve? Oh, it's gonna push Boruto into a corner. Okay, so he pushes Boruto into a corner. He's not stronger than Jigen. Or Jura, excuse me. He's not stronger than Jura. Because he's only as strong as Boruto. And even if he was stronger than Jura, much like with Ishiki, he can't sustain himself in a messed up vessel. And even if he could come out, we go back to the reality that he can only hijack Boruto's body. So that means for him, dead is dead. So yeah, he can hijack Boruto's body all he wants, but that just leads to his death. So again, what's the point? So what we need to do is to prevent that, because we don't need him getting in Boruto's way trying to save the world. So we know Otsutsuki can be sealed away. We know this. Kage is still back up in the moon. And if you go by the anime, Toneri is sealed on the moon. So we need to take care of that situation and have Momoshiki dealt with. The other thing that bringing the Uzumaki clan will do is what was done for Hinata in Naruto the Last, when Homura, the progenitor of all chakra, bowed to her and called her princess. It will be the spiritual restoration of Boruto's title, because in some ways Boruto follows in the footsteps of his mother, as he had his birthright taken from him, just like his mother had her birthright taken from her. The difference is Hinata had her birthright taken from her and given to Hanabi, who still loves her sister. As we see in this previous chapter, Kawaki, while he may love Boruto as a brother and consider him a brother, all he can see is Momoshiki. That's why you see the shocked look on his face when he, hears Boruto not snitching. And basically saying, yeah, Kawaki did this, that, and the other. Because all he can see is Momoshiki. He can't see a brother in need like he was when he had karma. Which is one of the things that makes Kawaki, kind of on the evil side. He makes him sympathetically evil, but it makes him evil nonetheless. Secondly, as far as Get Back goes, again, I will continue to state this as what I want to see. Is I want to see the Jogan do this. Undo omnipotence. Because that should be the minimalist of his powers. Because again, the Jogan's got to do something that makes it worth getting. That makes it worth doing. Because what we don't talk about enough, because a lot of people don't talk about omnipotence, and I get it, because for a lot of you out there who watch anime and manga, it's the reason you want Momoshiki. It's death equals impact. That's why I think, again, like I said about the last chapter, what I love about it is it shows you that you can have drama and you can have conflict without something just creating a bunch of blood and guts and body bags all over the screen. Ino's decision, don't care how you frame it, don't care what you say, don't care what you do about it, was influenced by omnipotence. If she could overcome omnipotence like Shikamaru overcame omnipotence, she'd be down for the cause. But she can't, and she has to think about her child and her honor. So she said, yeah, I'm out. It's that simple. It's that simple. That whole decision is made because she can't overcome omnipotence and Shikamaru for the time being. And the key word I'll stress here again, time being, which is why again, going back to what I said about the Uzumaki clan. Boruto needs allies. He needs people that's going to have him through whatever. We ain't got to worry about, oh my God, omnipotence. My brain ain't got tired of fighting omnipotence. Now I'm about to go snitch on crew and reveal plans to people who are corrupted, and we can't do nothing about it. We all get got trying to save the world because you can't resist this Shinjutsu. We need competent allies because it's like you see with Shikamaru. It's a daily struggle. You got to do this every day. He got to remember that conversation every day. Keep that conversation on lock. Get videos of that conversation. Make sure he keep that on. Like I said, it's like 50 First Dates if you've seen that movie. It's a constant thing. You have to constantly remind yourself over and over and over and over and over and over again that this is the reality. So, getting back to omnipotence, this whole thing was an accident. That's the scariest thing about omnipotence. This was an accident. Ada didn't want this. Matter of fact, the most interesting thing about Ada is if she does turn on Boruto, or it is found out that Boruto is telling the truth and that, Hinata and Naruto aren't dead and they're pulled out of that dimension, she can pretty much just go on and turn on Kawaki and say, hey, he forced me, and she'd be 110% correct. 110%. No cap. Which is what makes her decision, that will be forthcoming, one of the most interesting pieces of, conflict that we have, or drama that we have in the Boruto series. But getting to the Jogan, again, it's got to undo the Senrigan, because let's be real, Senrigan then basically gave Kawaki control of the world. It's nothing anyone can do to restore Boruto's birthright. Nothing. Physically. Spiritually, he can bring the Uzumaki clan back and become the new leader of the Uzumaki clan. And that will basically set up a civil war with Konoha, because they don't want to recognize the Uzumaki clan that Boruto made outside of the Uzumaki clan that Kawaki made. Because they consider Kawaki the legitimate son of Naruto, who is the Uzumaki of the village. But again, this is about spiritual restoration, not actual restoration. Yeah. The other thing we could be talking about with Boruto is time travel. Because what could be going on with Boruto 2 Blue Vortex is the fact that they may be trying to do one or two things. Set up, use omnipotence and the growing conflicts of not having Naruto around to just pretty much Superman everybody. To set up the rise of scientific ninja tech. Because let's be real, the battle between Boruto and Kawaki is the battle between the will of fire versus science. Kawaki being science and Boruto being the will of fire and the ability to endure as a ninja. That's why he says, the era of ninjutsu may be over, but I'm still a ninja like my father before me. That's why he says that in the fast forward. That's what we're working towards in the story. For him to have the, feats and the traits to say that with the confidence that he says that in. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the end of the story, because we don't know what's going to come after that. And so Boruto may have to go back in the past, make some alliances with some other people and do certain things to keep things from being the way that they are in his reality. Maybe even having to team up and train his younger self as a sensei, as a secret sensei. And then, have his younger self go out and save the world. That would be an interesting take. I don't necessarily think they're going to go that route. I think most likely what will happen is Boruto could save the world and die, or we'll just get what we got in Shippuden and Naruto. That's what Boruto saves the world. Maybe doesn't undo omnipotence, but does, get his innocence, marry Sarada, and, basically they start a new clan. But we'll just all have to wait and see. And that's all I have for this one. If you like anything you heard, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.